Deep in the heart of Lebanon, there's a place where history seems warped by impossible numbers and ancient structures that defy our modern logic. Welcome to the Bekaa Valley, a land of ancient secrets where the sun carves deep shadows into the massive ruins of a long-lost and forgotten era. The Temple of Jupiter rises like a titan against the azure sky, its massive columns standing as silent sentinels over a mystery that spans several millennia. Baalbek is not just a Roman ruin. It is a complex mechanical riddle that has remained without a satisfying answer for over 2,000 years of study. Look closely at the gaps where darkness dwells, contrasting with the silver stone, revealing a level of precision that challenges every historical timeline we know. Every block tells a story of immense power and forgotten techniques. Weathered by time but still standing firm against the harsh winds of the Lebanese desert. Observe the insignificance of a human shadow against these giants, highlighting a scale of construction that seems intended for gods rather than mere mortal men. This staggering disproportion invites us to question who really built this place and what kind of machinery could have moved such impossible weights into position. The red soil of Lebanon holds many secrets, but none are as heavy or as silent as the stones that form the base of this sanctuary. Listen to the wind as it whispers through the ruins, carrying the echoes of a civilization that understood the earth in ways we are still discovering. We now approach the heart of the mystery, the foundation of the world, where three stones stand as the ultimate challenge to our understanding of physics. Behold the Trilithon, 3 blocks each weighing over 800 tons, positioned with a precision that defies the capabilities of any known ancient lifting crane. These stones were raised 7 meters into the air and joined so tightly that not even a single human hair can pass between their massive faces. Each block is nearly 20 meters long, a solid mass of limestone that represents one of the greatest engineering feats ever recorded in the history of humanity. How were they moved? How were they lifted? These questions have haunted archaeologists for centuries, yet the stones remain silent, offering no clues to their origin. To understand the scale, imagine 3 fully loaded Boeing 747 aircraft. That is the weight of just one of these blocks, lifted by ancient hands alone. The sheer physics required to stabilize such a load is immense, let alone the task of transporting it miles from a quarry across rugged, uneven terrain. Even today, with our most advanced lasers and cutting tools, achieving such a perfect fit between 800-ton masses would be a logistical and engineering nightmare. Did they use simple levers and ropes, or are we looking at the remnants of a lost high technology that we are simply too afraid to acknowledge? The Trilithon stands as a monument to a capability we no longer possess, a silent witness to a golden age of engineering that vanished from memory. To find the truth, we must travel to the nearby quarry, where even larger giants still wait in the earth, abandoned by their mysterious and unknown creators. Meet the Stone of the Pregnant Woman. This monolith is even larger than the Trilithon blocks, estimated to weigh a staggering 1,000 tons of solid rock. It lies at an angle, half buried in the red Lebanese dust, as if the workers simply walked away in the middle of their monumental and impossible task. The precision of the carving is chilling. These were not primitive builders. They were masters of geology who treated hard stone as if it were soft clay. Seeing it from above, one realizes the sheer ambition of the project. This was a factory of giants designed to build something the world has never seen. But there is more. Recent excavations have uncovered a 4th block, even more massive, estimated to weigh an incredible 1,200 tons, still waiting beneath the surface. This block is equivalent to a fleet of modern warships. It was fully carved and ready for transport, yet it never moved an inch from its birthplace. What could have prompted the ancient architects to abandon such a masterpiece? What sudden fear or catastrophe stopped these masters of stone right in their tracks? The question isn't just why they stopped, it is how they ever intended to move a 1,200-ton object across the rugged landscape without any modern engines. The weight of the mystery is as heavy as the stone itself, and a silent challenge left behind for us to solve in an age of technology. The question is not just how they stopped. The real mystery is, how did they even begin? Science has yet to provide a truly convincing answer. Roman engineering was legendary, but their best wooden cranes would have shattered like toothpicks under the stress of lifting even the smallest of these megaliths. Notice the difference. The Roman layers above use smaller stones and mortar, while the foundation below consists of impossible blocks fitted together by a different intelligence. It is as if two different civilizations, separated by thousands of years, built upon the same sacred ground, with the older one being far more advanced. Some suggest lost technologies, like using sound frequencies to nullify gravity, allowing these massive stones to be moved as easily as feathers through the air. Others theorize about forgotten botanical alchemy that could soften stone like wax. Yet these ideas vanish like smoke when faced with the cold, hard reality. Even our most powerful modern cranes struggle with these weights today, requiring massive counterweights and stabilized platforms that the ancients supposedly did not have. Time continues to flow, and nature attempts to reclaim these ruins, yet the stones remain, stubbornly guarding the secrets of a civilization that transcended human limits. Could Baalbek be the proof of a prehistoric global civilization with knowledge that has been completely erased from our history books and cultural memories? The sun sets on the Roman era, but it only reveals the deeper, darker foundation that existed long before the first stone of Rome was ever laid. Every shadow here is a question. Every beam of light a challenge to our perception of what was possible for our ancient, supposedly primitive ancestors. That visitors from all over the world come here to stand in the presence of this mystery, feeling a profound sense of humility before such ancient power. The dust of ages is blown away, but the truth remains hidden just out of reach, buried under layers of myth, legend, and academic denial. As the light fades, the stones seem to grow in stature, becoming dark giants that remind us how little we truly know about our own past. Baalbek stands as a bridge between the stars and the earth, a monument to a time when humanity reached for the impossible and actually achieved it. Even the smaller temples here feature stones that would be the centerpiece of any other archaeological site. Yet they are mere footnotes in this city. While the Romans decorated the surface with beautiful gods and vines, they built their wonders on a foundation they likely found already in place. The contrast is undeniable. It is the difference between a master painter and a titan who moves mountains to create a stage for the gods. This courtyard was designed to hold thousands of pilgrims, all of whom must have been as stunned by the architecture as we are today. Who were they really honoring here? Was it Jupiter? Or an even older, more primal deity whose name has been lost to the desert winds? The outer walls are a fortress of stone, built with a level of effort that suggests this site was the most important place in the ancient world. The lines are straight, the angles are true, and the ambition is infinite. This is the work of a civilization that didn't fear the impossible. The quarry itself is a testament to the industrial scale of the operation, a mountain hollowed out by the sheer will of an unknown people. They raised these columns to touch the heavens, using techniques that still baffle the best engineers of our modern and technologically advanced 21st century. In an earthquake-prone region, this mortarless construction has survived for thousands of years, proving that their engineering was far superior to many modern methods. Life is fragile, but these stones are eternal, standing as a reminder that our current civilization is just one chapter in a much longer story. As the shadows lengthen, the mystery deepens. Every corner of Baalbek holds a new secret, a new impossible detail that forces us to rethink history. The red earth of the Bekaa Valley is the only thing that knows the truth, having watched the giants being carved and moved into place. Beneath the surface lies a network of tunnels and vaulted chambers, built with the same massive scale as the temples above, hidden from the world. What was the purpose of these subterranean passages? Were they for rituals, storage, or part of a much more complex and forgotten technological system? Stepping back into the light, One is overwhelmed again by the sheer scale of the vision that brought this incredible place into physical existence. Even with our modern tools and theories, the blueprints of the past remain a mystery that we can describe but never truly fully explain. The mountains have stood witness to everything from the first chisel strike to the arrival of the first modern explorer, yet they remain silent. The spirit of Baalbek is as free and untamable as the wind, a legacy of a time when man and nature worked in an impossible harmony. This is the final hour of the day, when the ruins look their most majestic, and the ghosts of the past seem to walk again. Time is the only thing that can truly touch these stones, and even time seems to have met its match in the megaliths of Lebanon. As the stars come out, we are reminded that our ancestors looked at the same sky and built monuments that would last for eternity. Baalbek by moonlight is a place of magic and terror, a landscape of giants that refuses to fit into our small and modern understanding. They leave with more questions than they arrived with, transformed by the realization that our history is much more mysterious than we were taught. The silence of the night is the only answer Baalbek gives, a silence that is louder than any academic lecture or archaeological report. In this texture, we see the fingerprint of a lost era, a mark of genius that we are only now beginning to appreciate and respect. Let the sand cover what it may, for the truth of Baalbek is carved into the very bones of the earth where it cannot be forgotten. As we depart, we carry the weight of these stones in our minds, a reminder that the past is a foreign country we have barely explored. Baalbek will remain, standing through the centuries, waiting for the day when we are finally ready to understand the truth it has always held. Until then, the giants sleep in the red Lebanese soil, guarding the secrets of the gods and the forgotten legacy of a truly incredible humanity.